Good morning, everyone. Today we'll try something different. I'm not working with silver wire, I'm working with copper. I'm working with the same wire I always work with, 22 gauge wire, and I get this on Amazon. Now, the only other difference is my hoop. It is not the same brand that I always use, like they did not have it in a 5-inch. So I found this. The color is not copper, it's a gold color, and it is 5.5 inches long. Everyone, this is not as good as my regular hoop, this little place where they solder, but I've definitely worked with worse. So when I put my wires on, I like to be able to move them. I put this away from my trunk enough that I can slide it around, and also my branches should not go this low. So let's jump right into this. Because it's a 5.5 inch hoop, I cut my wires 24 inches long. And normally we use 12. Today we're using 16. The reason for that is we're going to have 4 separate branches coming from our trunk. So I went ahead and I attached all my wires but one, and I'll do this one with you. If I'm going too fast, you'll find in my playlist how to twist a tree, how to put the wires on, and also how to lace your tree. And that's the last step that I do with every tree. Depending on how long it takes to do this one, I may or may not do it. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so these wires are long. They're 24 inches long. Fold your wire in half. This is how you make, I'm sorry guys. This is how you make a slip knot. Fold your wire in half and you have a loop. Take your hoop in your hand and place your wire under your hoop towards your hand, like this. So it's underneath. Now just put your thumb there. Take the end of your wire, these two, put them through your hoop. Don't lift your thumb yet, just pull it. Now lift your thumb and give that a tug. And that's what it'll look like. I like to use my thumb and just give it a tug and just pull it towards it a little. It helps close up that space, but I do like the space because I like my roots to have that fan look. Now that you've done that, you're going to twist your roots. If you don't like to twist your roots, don't. It'll look like this. That's fine too. I like to twist my roots. So what I do is I hold on to where I put the slip knot and I gently twist my roots. I like to do it like that. I like them to be nice and neat looking. Or one of the ways I twist my branches also is I put the wire on top of my index finger like this. Put my thumb so the wire is draped on the left and right of it. It gives it nice tension and I can control the wire. So for all you new people, I'll try to go as slow as I possibly can. And for everybody that's coming back and returning, thank you for all your comments, and I'm so glad that you're still here. We do have a lot of fun together. Okay guys, so like I said, we're going to make 4 sections, but first we have to twist out this trunk. So what I'd like to do is take these wires and separate them into, let's see, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I like to double check. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now that they are in half, divided in half, normally I was bringing them together like this and then crossing them over to twist. But I think on my last project I said, I wonder how it would look if I just bring them over without crossing and then twist. And you know what? I liked it. So I think we're going to try that again. But we're going to keep them separate. So I'm holding the one on the top with my thumb. And with my middle finger, I'm going to push the ones on my left to the side. Like that. Just so that they're not crossed, but they look pretty. And adjust them a little bit if you need to. Then with your thumb, support them, and now we're going to make our trunk. The way I like to do it, again, I like to use my thumb in the center. Do however it feels comfortable to you. And twist. I'm still going to hold on to this and check it to make sure I don't see a wire that looks like that. That didn't make it. And if you see one of those, try and bring that wire over. And if you can't, that's all right. Let's still make it work. I hope that's where it belonged. It'll make counting a lot easier. Our sections. I do count, don't have to. Okay, let's try. We'll try this and see how it goes. And we're going to twist this out until we get the desired length of our trunk. Now, because this is a bigger hoop, I usually work in 4-inch, and lately I've been working in 5, and I do like my trunk a little bit longer because I will probably put a bend in it because I like it. You don't have to. Now I'm going to take a look at my tree and see if I'm happy with that. For the time being, I am. Later I may come along and push these together to make the roots a little bit closer. I do like my roots, guys, I'm not going to lie. And I will also tighten up my trunk, but I'm not going to do that right now. Right now, we're going to work on our branches. So what I'd like to do is take, I'm going to use 8. First things first, we're going to drop 8 right here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to try and do this as easy as I can. Okay, so there's 8. And there's 8. I did that because of that last wire that I had down here. I wanted to make sure that I had 8 and 8. So on this side I should also have 8 and 8. And I wasn't paying attention, so I have some wires here that do not want to be here. They belong up here, so I'm going to start counting from up here. You can tell when you pick a wire if it's going to fit there. If it looks like it's crossed, it'll belong on the other side. Yes, I did just lose my count. I can't do 2 things at the same time. I'm old. I'll excuse myself. Now, let's see if we have 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do. That's a good thing, guys. So what I'd like to do with these 8, keep them in their own little place. I would like to start with, we'll start with this one. Separate it into 4 and 4. 4 wires on the left, 4 on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here are 4. Now notice, if I pull on this, it is gonna not work as nicely. It'll separate. So my suggestion to you is whenever you twist, arrange your wires so that they look nice and support your work. If you don't, this twist, it's going to get all wonky and you're not going to be happy. At least I'm not. So just bring it where you would like it. Hang on to it. Don't twist more than where you put your thumb if that's where you want it. Now, I'm going to twist. That's not a twist. That's just crossing it over. Now, I'm going to just bring the wires out. I have a little kink, that's okay. We can work with the kink. These wires along for this size hoop, I will tell you why in a minute. Actually, I'll show you now. The beads that I'm using, they come from my collection of beads and some newer beads that I've used in my past projects. A lot of crystals that are 8mm, and I bought them on Shein. And I did a lot with purple and this green and clear. I like them, so I added them into the mix. My mix, these are beads and crystals that I've used for years. They're the ones that I've thrown aside. I'm talking more than 10 years, guys. For everyone that's new, my seed beads are size 6/0, and everything else ranges from 4 to 8mm if I'm using beads, which I am, a little mix. But anyway, that's for another time. Let's twist out this tree. Let's go to the next section, and we're going to split those into 4 and 4, like this. And now, again, I'm going to just move it so that I like where they look. By that I mean I don't want it way over here. I don't want this part separating. I want to keep it together. Put my thumb right there and cross them over and begin to twist. That's why I feel softer than my silver. I don't know, maybe the color's throwing me off. It's the same wire, it's 22 gauge. Same brand. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this. See what I mean? See if this starts to separate here. When you before you twist, make sure that you pull it over, because like that, it's going to look like that if you don't. So pull the other branches, pull this over where you want it, and just hang on to it really tight. Cross your wires over, and now twist. Twisting different than I do with all my trees. I think we're going to start experimenting a little bit. Make a few little changes in twisting. The color of the wire, technique, you'll find your own. I'm just showing you mine. That doesn't mean you have to use mine. And now I'm going to look at my tree, because I'll show you why. Sometimes, well, you still might have to adjust your branches and make sure it's in the middle and all that fun stuff. But first, because we have 4, I want to look at it and make sure that I'm happy with the placement. This looks like it could go over here, and I don't like it like that. Sometimes I do. In this case, I'm going to leave it just the way I twisted it. I'll show you again, just in case you didn't catch that. You could move this one over if you wanted to. Check your placement, make sure you're happy with it. Sometimes I have moved them, but not today. I'm pretty happy with this. I think that looks pretty decent. And now, oops, remove that. You can hear a little bit of scratching, guys. I'm going to try and cover that. I do not have anything right here. I cleaned everything up. I usually have another one of these white napkins. I'm working out of a tray. Yeah, I'm just trying not to drop beads. Anyway, so now that we've twisted out some of our branches like this, we're going to start doing the fun stuff, and we're going to start twisting the rest of our tree. After I take a drink, I'm sorry. So everyone that's new here, I don't edit. I'm going to try and get as much done. If I make mistakes, I'll show you how to fix them. Okay, we're going to take these four, and we're going to separate them into 2 and 2. Notice, I'm supporting my work. I'm going to put my thumb right there. I'm going to cross the wire like this. Still, hold on to your work. Support it tightly with your thumb and your index finger. And now just twist. And this is how you make a branch. But we're not done. We're going to twist the others. the 2 and 2s, but right now we're going to go around the entire tree and we are going to twist 2 and 2. Separate those 4 wires. Support your work. You may have to rotate your tree. If you have to adjust it, support it, cross that wire over, move the other side of your way, and twist. Just twist. It's simple. Just like this. And the next one. Separate them into 4 and 4. Separate the 4 and 4 into 2 and 2, like this. Support your work right here, like that. Cross it over, and now you're ready to twist. This tree is going to have a pretty neat shape, I think, to it. Made this pot a little bit longer because there's 4 instead of 3, and I like it that way. You can make your limbs however long you like. I'm just twisting. Don't know yet. It's always a surprise. Even if I follow the exact directions from one tree to the next, they always come out different. And that's why trees are beautiful to me. There we go. I'm going to separate them again. I'm rotating my entire hoop just so that I can support my work. You'll do that throughout the entire project. If you grab onto it however you have to when you twist, you'll find a technique. This is what works for me. Now, if you hear meowing, that's my ginger troublemaker love of my life, Kitty. He'll be outside the door crying. He was just let out from upstairs, but he can't come in because I have Abby here. She's my older cat who doesn't find him amusing. She doesn't like him. So they stay separate and they have their own schedules. So you'll hear them. She snores, he cries. I ignore. No, I don't. They are very loved. Okay, now I have no idea what this tree wants to do, so I'm going to just take a look at it. Between what it wants to do and what I would like it to do, I'm going to work with it for a minute because we're not done twisting. But this just gives me an idea. Okay, first thing I think what I want to do is use these. These are silicone or plastic tip pliers. Don't buy them in the craft store. They cost a lot. I got these on Amazon. I like to use them gently. You do not need to apply pressure. Just put them on the wire of the trunk. Excuse me, guys. And just rotate it, and it will help smooth out. I'm only going to do right here just to show you the difference. It makes it smoother right here compared to right here. You see how these wires look? Imperfections in my twisting, which they are fine. But I like to twist. I like to smooth out the trunk, just like this. It makes it stiffer too, tightens it up. And I like my trees to be tight, especially in the hoop. You know, a lot of that has to do with the way that I wrap, the way I twist. My technique might not be yours. That's okay. If you can learn something from me, then I've done a good job. I learn too. I don't edit. I don't know how. And I make mistakes. Sorry. If that's not okay with you, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, moving right along here. Okay. We are definitely going to work with this. I'm going to put a bend in there, and I think we're even going to maybe move these a little, but not right now. Right now, we're going to work on these wires that are set in 2 so we can bead. Which is another reason why I left these long. I may put in a bunch of little leaves. I don't know. But it's still beginner friendly. So far so good. I don't think that's been too difficult. But I'm using a lot of bigger beads. The bigger the bigger the bead, the longer you need your wire. So with that, we're going to work on our 2 and 2. And we're going to support our work and put in some twists, just like this. How long? It's up to you. I may come back and add some more twists. I usually do as I go along because I don't want them to be so different that they don't blend in, even though trees in nature are not perfect. Mine aren't either. Mine are more novelty than realistic. And the reason, a lot of people can make a realistic looking tree, guys. I can't, because it's really hard and it's just not my style. So we focus on pretty. That's what we do. We do pretty. I like pretty. Look at that. That's one section out of 4 that's ready to bead. You could stop beading now. I don't. I like to twist everything out so I can move right along. Supporting that work and just twisting those 2 wires together just like this. Nice and easy. Every now and then slide your thumb down in your hand because they might get twisted on the ends. Like that. Support that work. Just twist. Like that. We're going to do that all the way around. Support that work. Support your work. The reason I do all of them is because this little twist that I add in, that I'm going to, if I don't do them all, sometimes I'll start to bead and the tree will start way down here next to this little branch, and I don't like the way that looks. So I like to do them all because I will forget, as you'll see. I'll tell you now, I'm going to put a little leaf on this side. I always do. That's one of my signatures, as well as the bend. And I often forget to do it on the other side. So sometimes I'll do it on the other side now, after I do the first one, because I will forget. I get excited when I'm getting near to the end. And yeah. So I have a bunch of new ideas, and I did order, like I said, I have these hoops in a 4-inch as well, because I love working in a 4-inch. Not only are they beginner friendly, but you would be surprised how much beauty you can put in a 4-inch hoop with very simple seed beads. I have a playlist that shows you a whole bunch of 4-inch beginner friendly bracelets and 4-inch trees. I should say 4-inch hoops and bracelet hoops that are with seed beads. Very simple. And we're almost done. This wire really feels very soft to me compared to the silver. that should not make any difference because it's the same gauge, the same wire. And I have used this, actually, I'm using it now on the big, not a double hoop, the other big project. It is the thrift shop find. The base is huge, looks like a big donut. For those that are new, I do have a whole bunch of videos on just my putting it together, and it is giving me grief. Anyway, just for the hell of it, I want to look at this. This is the same wire, except it's silver. I want to feel it because I'm feeling like it feels softer. It does feel softer. And this is, I don't know. I could be losing my mind. I haven't worked all week. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It won't look like that when we're done, but this is what it looks like now. And I'm not gonna change a thing. We're just gonna be, actually I am gonna change something only because I want to make sure that I'm just gonna put a little bend, only because I need to bring it down a bit and I don't want to make my branches too long because of the assortment of beads that I'm using. I usually do this last. I think I just want to try a little bend now. Hope that's not too confusing. If you don't have one of these, you can actually just do it like this. That's how I'm gonna do it. You don't need that. Like that. And then you can straighten it out or even bring it over this way and that way. And that will help me to determine what I want to do with my tree. Let me get this out of my face. I don't need it. And I do need, do I have one? I do. I'm just going to dump those out. I'm going to use this for my wire. It is out of view, but it's right there for anything I cut off. Now we get to the fun part. We are ready to bead. We're going to take our first two wires, and I'm going to put a leaf on this first wire. You can do it with one bead, you can do it with sea beads, you can do it with crystals, you can skip it entirely. I'm not skipping it because I like it. So I'm going to put 3, these are 4mm bicones, oops, on this wire. And they are in a playlist. I just ordered 2 packages. They're like $8 and they're, I think, 3,000. I don't know. It's a whole bunch. I got a whole big bunch because I use them all the time. To make the little leaf, oops, hang on to your beads. Like this. And bring the wire that you put them on up to where you made your twist, which will be right about here. Again, take your wire, cross it over to where you have the twist, just right there. Move that out of your way and hold it there. You have a little triangle of crystals and just twist them, but hang on to this so it doesn't twist with it. And like magic, you have a little leaf. And I do a lot of them. I like them. The only thing, when you make a leaf, you're going to twist with the longest wire. You see the difference? Start with this one. This is the one that you will use to twist. In this case, it is on the bottom. I'm going to bring it up to the top because I'm right-handed and I twist towards me. Stick my thumb in there, support my work right here, support that little leaf, and now with the longest wire, bring it towards you and put in a few little twists like this. Now we're ready to bead. I'm going to be doing these in little clusters of beads, lots of different things. I have seed beads, I have big crystals, small crystals. Anything you see that looks like this size is the biggest one I'm going to be using, and that's an 8mm, and I got them from Shein. I did not link them, but that's where I got them. They're pretty inexpensive. I don't know how to link. Actually, I make a playlist for now. I'm still learning, and if that's an inconvenience, I apologize. But that's just the way it is right now. So I'm just gonna put some beads on both wires like this. See, this is why I'm working out of the tray, because all of these just go flying. Now, let them slide down, and you can see, just slide up to, I like to alternate. This wire is a crystal, a bead, and a seed bead. I like to alternate between crystals and seed beads. You don't have to. And sometimes it changes the pattern. It doesn't matter. It's a preference, but you'll see. You can put those two together and twist, or you can put them all together and twist. I think that today, well, I think we're gonna just do those. Just when you do want to twist, just grab all of them and pull them this way so that it's nice and firm, because you would like your twist to be as close to your beads as you can get it. Get your thumb in there like that, pull them down, support that work like this, just hang on to your beads and put in a really nice tight few twists. That's just so that they don't come undone, like that. And we're going to continue doing that on all of these wires, but first I'm going to add some more beads and crystals. I don't know yet how this is going to look. After a few branches, I'll get an idea. Lots of different shapes and colors and textures on this tree, which is just fine by me. I like it. Lots of chakra. Leftover beads from prior projects. I can tell these two don't line up quite as nice. I'm going to throw something else on here. That's right there. I'll pick it up if I can. There we go. Bring them together like this and twist them. Now you can see how close you're going to get to your hoop. I really want this tree to have a nice bend on the top like that. So I'm going to put another, what am I going to put there? Do I want to put more beads? I think I actually want to put a leaf, maybe? Yeah, I do. So what I'm going to do is put 3 crystals. If you don't have 3 little crystals, you can do it. I'll actually show you. We're going to do it with one. This is an 8mm crystal. You can do this with any bead. You can do it with a seed bead, 3 seed beads. You can do it with one of these, just a regular bead. I'd say this is maybe 5mm. It comes on a strand. They come like 5 to 8mm, they say, but there are lots of small ones. So that's how you would do it. Put your bead or crystal or 3 little bicones or whatever you have to make your leaf. Put it on, bring this wire up to where you twisted, close as you can get it. Like, I have to turn it. I'm trying not to make too much noise, but I want you to see what I'm doing. Like that. Now, support that crystal or bead or whatever you have. And by support, I mean hold it up here and twist it. Now you have a little leaf. It doesn't have to look like a leaf. It just has to be pretty. I like that. I think that's very pretty. We'll probably put a lot of those on here. Let's see. I have plenty of wire. If you don't want to have this much wire and use big beads and do these, you can take a good inch off of your length. So I'm telling you that now so you don't send a million questions on length of wire. This is just how I do it. Now I'm going to take these 2 wires. I'm going to hold on to that right there. I'm going to bring this to my hoop. I'm going to put my finger here. Bring them up like this. I like to cross over 2 times. I don't know if I'm going to do that. No, we have a lot of branches. So we're going to do it once. Bring it up. I'm going to move this little leaf out of the way. Cross it over beneath the hoop. Under the hoop. Above that bead. And then give it a tug. Pass it back up. And cross it over like that. Next, we're going to cut off the wire. Very close. Use the flat end side of this wire cutter or nail clipper if you're just starting and you don't have one. Cut that off. I also like to use tweezers, but you can also use pliers. These ones are going to be easy to push down because we're not putting them all the way up to the top of the hoop. So push the 2 wires down, and then I'm all out of focus. You're going to push them and turn them like this. So grab onto them and twist and turn so that they wrap around. They're going to come in the back, and then just make sure that you don't feel them. I don't like to get scratched, and this is just how I do it. I don't wrap around the hoop. If you like to wrap around the hoop, you can do that. I don't anymore. And I don't because I like to use these to tighten them up. Tighten up my wires and give them little squiggly lines and make my tree look beautiful. And then hang on to your work. If you're going to do this little leaf, you need to hold on to it. And then put a little bend in every little branch that you have. It makes it look beautiful. Right now, we have to, I'm getting ahead of myself because I like using that tool. That's my favorite. One of them. I like to make squiggly lines. I like to add character. Okay. Now, let's put in I'm going to put in a few twists just to bring it out to where this bead is, because I don't want them all different lengths. Plus I want to have a little bit of this wire here so that I can twist it and give it beautiful character. Now, let's add some beads and crystals, whatever you have. Crystals and seed beads, or all of one or the other, or mix, just whatever you have. I'm going to be using a mixture of everything. This is a potluck tree. They're my favorite because I have a little bit of everything. And I want that one. I like it. So I'm going to chase it. Here we go. Now I'm going to put, I think, another small bead and crystal. If I can find one. Alright, we'll use a seed bead. And a crystal. Doesn't matter. Whatever you grab. I'm going to hang on to my work, slide them down, support that work, cross your wires over, oops, break the light, like that, hold on to them, like this, and put in a few twists like that. Now, because I have so much wire, we're going to be putting a lot of little leaves and little things. You don't have to. You can go directly to your hoop. Just keep beading. Not because of all the long wires I have. They are quite long. That was intentional. I don't know, that little ½ inch on my hoop didn't really require me to make any changes, but I am using bigger beads, so. And did I lose one? I did lose one. Get back here. like that. Now grab your 3 little crystals, take the wire they're on, bring it up like that, and put in a twist or 2. See? It's quite pretty. Now, take your 2 wires. What you're going to do now is hold on to your work, hold on to your crystal, just everything, right up to where you're going to twist. And take your 2 wires. I'm going to take the longest wire. I don't need to, but it's a good habit to get into because I have undercut and had to fix it. And I've showed you how, and I will probably at some point have to show you again. It's not ideal, but you know what? In a real world of crafting, nothing comes out perfect. Most can edit, so they just make it look that way. I can promise you in my world that's just not how it works. It's not unfortunate, it's just keeping it real. And let's see what we have here. Do I have too many? I do. We're going to take these 2 off. That's okay. We want it to come to there. So hold on to your work, throw in a few little twists like that. Bring it over to your hoop like that. Hold on to it with your finger. Pass them up. Those 2 wires, cross them over right below your hoop, pass them back down in between those 2 branches. A little tricky. I have long wire. I'll probably end up snipping them off a little bit later to make it easier, but not right now because I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. Now, still hold on to your work, bring them back, give it a tug, push them up, cross them over again, and now cut. Just like that. Get nice and close and cut those 2 wires off. I'm going to do the cutting the whole way around. I used to leave them, but then it makes it really hard to go back and deal with a big straggly mess. So I'm just going to do it this way. Push those 2 wires down like this. And you see? Push them down and get in there with your tweezers or your pliers or whatever you have to use to get this wire to go underneath the hoop. Twist it around like that and then feel. If you don't feel it, you're good. Now, could just keep going on. I'm not going to. I'm going to put in a twist right here. See the straight wire right here? I'm going to hold it in my hand and hold down here. You have to support it because it also gives it tension. Get in there and just curl it like that. When you twist, push up. You can pull down if you want it to be tighter. I don't know yet. We do that at the end. But right now, I just want to add some lines. Little squiggly lines, just so that I know what my tree is gonna, how it's gonna lean, what it's gonna look like. Plus, I like to do it. It's fun. So now we're gonna go on to the next section. I'm gonna grab 2 more wires. And I think we're going to start with a leaf. Why not? I'm going to alternate every here and there and put little leaves in. I'll use crystals and beads, whatever I don't know. It just will come to me as I go. If I need something really big, I'll put a big crystal or a bead. Let's see. It's like an open canvas. Just do whatever you want. Just add a leaf, tighten that up a little bit. I don't want it to be too long, like that. Not like that. Slide them up a little bit so that they're together, like that, and then twist them until it tightens up nicely, like that, and then grab the other wire. See? And now twist. Separate them. Get in there and hold on to your work. Just hold it like this. Take your wires, get the longest one. We're going to put in just a few little twists, nice and tightly, so that the beads have a space between the leaf and the next bead, like that. Now just load up your 2 wires with however many you want. And just let them slide down. Just picking up some seed beads. I like to use them too, they're pretty. Like that one. Like I said, these beads are not perfect. That one had a sliver for a hole, and I think I would break it twisting it. Slide them down. Now you'll determine what you actually want to use. I'm thinking, yeah, leave it like that, even though they're 2 beads together. That's okay. Did they fit? Well, maybe I will slide those down. Yeah, doesn't matter. I'll support your work. So I'm just sliding them all down there. We can have big clusters, small clusters. It's your tree. And let's see. I'm going to add a leaf. I'll use 3 of these crystal bicones. I'm going to put these a little bit closer to the wire because we're closer to the hoop and I don't want it too long. So do that and twist like this. Now we're going to add a few twists here, like that. Bring it to the hoop, hold on to it, bring it up, and give it a tug. Cross over the top of that wire you just twisted, pass it down like that. Make sure it's right under your hoop. Actually, I didn't pull it tight enough, so I'm gonna just pull that out, give it a really tight twist like that. Now I can do it. You can slide your branch just to get these 2 wires. They're too long. I'm gonna have to trim them up. And hold on to your work. Bring that up and across. And we're gonna cut that wire off. Now we're just gonna push the wires down like that and turn. Alright guys, we're going to speed it up a little bit because this is going to take a while to make this tree, and these wires are too long. Now it's going to slow me down a lot, so I'm going to cut them off about there. Hopefully I don't undercut. I won't. Let me just, because I did overcut by a lot. I don't like to have to do that, but I don't always have it that long. Okay, so I'm going to take these next 2 wires, which are the last 2 on this little section here, and let's see, I'm going to add, we're just gonna put beads, I think. Yeah. I was gonna add a crystal. I mean a leaf. I don't think I want to. So I have 4. I alternated crystals and beads and cross the wire over, hold them down like that, and put in a couple of good twists. You can also go on back later on these little twists and tighten them up if you need to. I hope I don't, but if I do, that's okay too. And I think I'll add a leaf with 3 bicones, if I can catch it. Just cross them over, slide them up a little bit, cross it over like that. And hold on to it like this, your 3 little bicones, and give it a twist or 2 until it tightens up like that. Now take those 2 wires and throw a few twists in there because that bicone took up space and a bead would not look good behind that leaf. You want your little leaf to stand out on its own because it's pretty. Now we can add something else. Got enough room? I think I'll put a crystal and a bead. Are those too big? I don't know. They'll work. Just slide them down like this, grab onto them, and cross your wire over. No, they're too big. Too big together isn't going to work pretty. So let's take this big bead off. You can tell when you go to cross it over if it's not gonna line up nice, then just get a smaller bead. Oops. I'll show you. See, now I can hold on to them and put the twist closer, I think. Like that. Still a little off, but it's good. And hold on to it and just twist it nice and tight. Bring it to your hoop, like that. Put it on top of your hoop, hold on to it, bring it up. Pull, give it a tug. Move them out of your way, the other branches, pass it down. My hands are getting sweaty, guys. It's hot in here, but if I put the air conditioner on, then it messes up my sound. I noticed that, and I did not like it. I don't know if you noticed it, but yeah, cut those off. And I'm gonna push them down like that. It's easier if you just wrap them around your hoop and cut them on the underside. I don't like to do it that way. For me, it's worth it to make it nice and tight, and it won't come loose when I tighten up my branches with this. And now, because we have 4, they're all connected to one limb, we're going to put our hand behind it and support our work everywhere we can. By that I mean use all your fingers, everything, and just hang on to everything. Give everything a little twist like this. Hang on to your work, twist it, and pull it down like this. See? Pull it towards you. A little twist and pull. And then you can fan out your little leaves like that. We'll get back to this big one, just not right now. And that's what the first section looks like. Do you see all these little squiggly lines? They're character to your tree. And that's what makes it beautiful. And we are now ready to move on. This tree is going to hang, because the way I bent it here, unless I change it, which I'm not going to, it's going to hang more. This part is going to be longer, see? So these beads will come about this, and then they're going to come longer. That's why I said, let me change the shape of my tree, because I want it to be different. And you can do that in the beginning, or you could keep it in, it's still in the middle of my hoop. This is still pretty much in the middle, but because I put this bend and this bend, I can now bring these down longer. And I do have all that extra wire, and that wasn't an accident. I do want something different. And today is the first day of trying different things, guys. I hope you like seeing different things. I like trying different things with you. I've made trees like this before. I need to keep my creativity open. And I'm going to start my new section with a leaf, because I have all this space. In between every one, I will put a little leaf, if I remember. So I have 3 beads. Slide them up, and then take your wire and cross it over to where you started your twist, and hang on to your little beads and twist them till you have your leaf. They don't have to be perfect, it has to be pretty, right? Here we go. Now support your work and just turn it out of your way, but hold on to it. You take the longest wire. This is the longest one. This is the one that you're going to use. Cross it over and put in a few twists like that. These I'm going to encourage to go that way, because I want my tree to go that way. Plus I want them out of my way. Now we're going to put on some beads and crystals, because that's the way I roll today. I want this to be different, and I also want it to be pretty. Pretty different. Yeah, that's the goal. Let's see. I want something red. Yay. Found one. I don't see very many red. I also see I like the red crystals. This is a bicone one. I like the bigger one. But this fit. No, it doesn't fit. Ooh. Alright. That's good. I'll put this one. Hope I'm not all over the place and focus. So I'm sorry for the look of my skin. Well, I do have a skin condition, but we've been walking the beach, hubby and me, and I'm peeling everywhere, and it's awful. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't like it. I'm going to use this wire because it's longer, and I'm going to put a leaf right here because I have the space. Why not? You don't have to use all clear. You can alternate your colors if you have different colors. Like that one there is too clear, and the pink, it doesn't matter. It just has to sparkle and be pretty. Or you can use 3 seed beads, or like I did here, just one big crystal there. It'll work. See? This will fill in this space right here. I thought ahead, put a crystal there, and even though I'm going to slide my branches around, see, if you plan a little bit, you can use a little leaf to fill in a space. And that's what I do them. Plus, I like them. So now you have to grab onto your crystal and your 2 Ys here. Hold on to your little leaf, however you have to. So rotate it around like crazy, but you have to hold it. And now we're going to add some more crystals and beads. So I think we're going to find a bead. No, I think we'll find a crystal. And then a bead. I'm looking for different colors. I have all the same in my hand. Not the same, but you know what I mean. I like them to alternate in color and texture and just pretty. I like pretty. Cross them over. Support your work. Bring it up across the top of your hoop. And get those two wires and cross it over. Push them down. Same as we would do this on every single branch. And we've got a lot of branches. I'm going to cut those two wires. You see I'm supporting my work. Nice and close. And I'm going to push those two wires down. You see them? These two that I just cut. Push them down with your finger, your tweezers, however you have to do it. Grab onto both. And like this, and just twist them around so that you can't feel them, and they are right here now. That's where you twist them around. You can turn your hoop over and look on the other side. I don't feel them. I can see some of them. You don't have to push them down. That's a matter of choice. I'm just showing you where they are, but you don't see or feel them, which is a good thing. I like that. Let's move on to the next two. And we're going to load up these two wires with beads and crystals. I just saw a pretty green right here. Oops. I like to have a variety in my hand because I drop a lot. So let's start off with a little bicone and a small bead. Why not? They should fit nice together. And then I'll put a crystal and a bead, if I can find one. I seem to have a lot of purple in my hand. Let's mix these up a little bit. Okay, that's because I just grabbed a whole bunch, threw them in. Yeah, that's just the way I do it. So now I have 4. I like that. Slide them down, cross the wires over, and twist. I'm trying to get right up in your face. Sorry. I think I'm so close you can smell my breath. But I want you to be able to see. Can you see that? That's kind of cool, yeah. I like it. Okay. And now, you see, we have a space right here. I could either add 1 or a leaf of 3. I'm going to add a leaf, and I'm going to do it of 3 crystals because that was my plan. I dumped a whole bunch of little bicones in here. Plus they were already mixed in with the different, you'll notice if you've been watching for a while, you'll see the seed beads that I've been using all along. I've got the green ones, the pink, the purple. I've even got some gold in there, a little bit. Whatever falls on my wire, or whatever I choose, we'll see. You know how I do it. I like different. Okay. I'm going to put that little leaf there. Oops, right there. Grab onto them and twist. This is a new setup, guys, and I know once I move here, you cannot see me. That's not cool. So I have to keep right below this whole line, and I have moved that up, so that's messing me up. Let's pull it down so I can see. All right, I'll be mindful. I have to stay down here. See how I'm learning, guys? All right, now I don't have to look back up. But I will anyway. And I'm standing and my feet hurt from walking, but I need, if I sit down, I'm always standing up just to make sure that I can see my setup. I don't know. I don't know if it's a setup. I think it's me, guys. I have no clue how to make it so I don't have to stand up. But in my defense, you are worth the elevation. I will stand. Let's see, that's an odd shape, but I like that blue lapis bead. Let's slide them down. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Now notice, look at the difference in the length. This one is very short, and this one is very long. Even though I cut them, it's because of this little troublemaker leaf. It takes up a lot of your wire, so it's short. So then grab onto your long wire and use this one to cross over and twist, so you don't end up short. It's a good habit, even though I'm not going to end up short. Just get into the good habit, because it is hard to buddy up when you are way too short on your wire. And I'm actually, even though it looks like it won't fit, I'm going to make it fit. I'm going to put in a little leaf right here. So I'm just going to keep it close, like where I twist it. I'll show you what I mean. I don't want a long stem. I just want it to make it not look so bare in a spot. Now if I was just beading, I wouldn't have to worry about this, but because I'm adding little leaves, I would like to fill this in the space. So I'm just gonna keep it nice and close, like that. A few twists. This one here has got like a little bit longer. I like it a little shorter right here. So I'm just gonna twist that on, like that. Take these two. If you don't twist, it's gonna look silly right here. So after you put a little leaf, put a couple of twists. Even if they end up on top of your hoop, that's okay. You don't want that silly look, like you're missing something. You ever get that feeling like when you're getting ready to leave the house and you're like, I feel like I'm missing something, and you don't know what it is, but later on you figure it out when you go to look for it, and you're like, oh geez, that's how it's gonna look. It's gonna look like it's bare. So see, it just looks good. And if you don't like it there, you can flip it over to the other side. I like it. I keep it. And now we're ready to cut. This is going to take a long time. Plus I did the twisting of the tree on here. Right now we're already at 1 hour. I'm not going to shut it off yet, but I think we're going to pick up the speed a little bit. Not too much. I'm going to try and get as much done as I can. So put your whole hand down, put your tree, because I would like to twist. Support your work however you can. And the leaf, just get it and pull it down. Put this in there, and then twist, and then pull it down. That'll tighten it right up. Now if you watch this row, right here, you look here, and I'm going to work here, and you'll see what happens. You see, it moves it. So now support the two of them and go to this big branch right here, and pull down. See, it lined them all up. Is that crazy, guys? And it looks pretty. Before they were all spaced out, but when you twist and pull down, they line up. Beautiful. Now we're going to go to the next. Why do I drink so much? This is iced coffee, because I talk too much. I need to wet my whistle so I don't cough. Okay. Now, I'm going to put a little leaf because we've got a big space here. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. I don't have to, but I have beads here, so I'm going to put a leaf. It's kind of been the pattern. We don't have to keep with patterns, but patterns are not bad. And that's a pink one. That's cool. It doesn't have to be the same. You can put little round ones. It doesn't matter. You can mix up beads and seed beads, whatever you have. It'll work. And just slide them up, cross it over like this, See? Look, I'll show you. I think I was out of focus. Jeez. Like that. Cross it over like this. And then hold it in between your thumb and your finger. And just give it a couple of twists. Slide them up. Because you want it to be a triangle. Don't start twisting until you know that they're together and you can support them. Or else it's not going to look like a leaf. There we go, see? Now this one here fits right in here. Now we're gonna put in a few twists. Yeah, I've been up since 1 o'clock, guys, when my husband left. Because I want to get this done, or as much of it as I can, so that when he comes home I can do breakfast and we can get on out and walk the beach and get some sun. Which I shouldn't be doing. Oh, my dermatologist is going to have a fit. That's okay. I have not seen, even though my future daughter-in-law is living here, she went away for her bachelorette party. And she works a lot, so I haven't seen her in a few days. It's been a minute. And she was, she came home yesterday and was cooking, and I was still out in the front end of the house, and she couldn't believe. She said, "Oh my God, you have such a tan." But yeah, I'm peeling like a snake. And I have sandal marks on my feet. I look splotchy. See? You can see all this dryness. Oh my goodness. Starts off little white dots. And then I'll show you. See all these little white marks? I know you really don't give half a crap. But yeah, that's old skin. Sorry guys. Shouldn't have showed you that. It's alright. For you new people. That's just the way I roll. Sorry. If you don't like it, if that's offensive, my apologies. Not really. This is the way I am. I'm not sarcastic. I just like to talk and shit. And in person, I'm very shy. In my older videos, I didn't talk because I was not comfortable. Now I'm comfortable. Too comfortable, maybe. I don't know. And I added another little leaf right there. Don't know why. Just felt like it. I'm going to cross them over. Doing however you can. And hold on to that leaf. And twist a few times. Get everything out of my face over here. I don't even know if this, I'm trying to pick up this little bead because it's red and I want to put red next to it. I don't really plan them, but if I see something that I think is pretty together and will open up, like, it'll just look pretty there. So I'll try it. Slide it down. We'll see if it fits. If it doesn't, it'll fit. I made it fit. Put in a few twists. I'm gonna bring this right up to my hoop. See how pretty? I had to have that color right there. Open it up. I've got a lot of red and orange, and I don't see that many in my little thing of beads. I'm gonna have to maybe dump some more in there, which I really don't want to do. But I have to have a lot of beads and a lot of color. I'll cross this one over. And I'm going to cut, and I'm not going to twist anything out. I'm just going to keep right on beading because I'm talking too much. And I want to be more productive. But that's what I will do. All of the twisting, I'll do it later with you. Right now, this is approaching the half mark to our project. Do I want to stop right here? I don't. It's been an hour and 14 minutes. The longer I make the video, the more years it takes for this to upload. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But it's a pain. And sometimes it'll say uploading and it'll say uploading for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. It's like, are you kidding me? For crying out loud, why? I don't understand, guys. So sometimes I'll just tap on stuff on the phone, go to the video in the gallery and tap on. It's like, hey, wake up. I don't know. I don't have, I deserve a medal for impatientness. I am impatient. I earned that title over the years. Is it worth a medal? Sure, why not? See, look at that, how pretty. Now, this wire is kind of short. I just put in a leaf, so this one's long, I mean. So, look at that one. This sky blue. 4mm. That came from a project that I did. And I bought them to do something with blues years ago for a birthstone. I did it with aquamarine as a request. That's how far back all this stuff goes, guys. So that's why I have so many colors and so many different things, because I never threw stuff away. And then I found stuff in bags everywhere when we moved. It's like, oh my gosh. But I never thought I could do this. Plus I've added on. I'm not gonna lie. You know I have. I buy a lot of crystals. And I just throw them in, mix them in as I go. Seed beads, they're in separate containers, but I threw a lot of stuff in this one here, just to add into it. I'm gonna put a little leaf there. So I just dumped a bunch of stuff and then mixed it up. Look at how nice that will fit in there. Oops, not like that. Don't break that wire. Okay, now let's carry on. I'm adding that because I can just eyeball it and see that I needed to get it on there just so that it'll fit nice for the twist. See, I'm holding on. You have to. And this is the last branch on this section. Cross it over, bring it up, give it a nice tug. Still, don't let go of this. You have to hold on to that. You don't want it to get loose. Cross it over again. This wire is soft enough that you can help it. Bring it up. Oh. Cross it over again. And get in there and cut the wire off. I left that too long. It's okay. That just means I have to turn it around a little bit more, sorry. Right here. See these two little wires? That's what I'm trying to push down. So when I do this and this, I don't feel them. That's a good thing. I think that I'm way out of focus. I don't know. I'll hear from you. You'll let me know. So now, let me explain. This is how I'm going to get my branches. You see how all these are about the same in length? After I twisted my little branch, I kept them pretty symmetrical. But now that we've come to the halfway point, I don't want them, I want the branches to become longer, so this will go from this wide to bigger as we go. I want to bead more. I don't want the whole tree just done like that because I want this to slide down and I want it to be fuller on that side. It's like an elegant lady just posing. Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah. And I will start with my 3. This is a whole new section. With all the crystals I have in here, I can't find 3 in one handful. And now. I'm going to put in a little leaf right here. Slide them up, cross it over, like so. See? And then twist it. Everything's telling me to stop this video and then do the second half in another one, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep going for a while. We'll see. I actually want to put a leaf there too. See, to fill in that space. I like that blue one, so we'll leave that one out. I know that came on a strand of beads and crystals that I got at Michael's, and I only got it because I liked that color blue, and that's about let's say a 6mm bicone. Very pretty. Stuff like that I don't find on Amazon. I'm crossing that over again because I need this long wire. Oops. Oh, that went flying right back into the container of beads. Yeah, I don't have that much space there, so I wanted to see if I could get that on there. And I can, because I want to start increasing the length of my beads, but I have to twist this real, pull it down, just pull it way down, get that twist as close as I can. Tight. Like that. See? That worked out nicely. And tug on it. Oh, stuck right in between my fingers. Little crystal. So, I don't know how you feel about this setup, but can I tell you that a lot of times, like now, because this has sides, like this right here, you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's about this deep, the side, and so it's like that, like up against the front of my stomach, torso, whatever you want to call it. And like right now, I have to push this and it's going right into my rib cage. So I'm going to try and keep it in focus without doing that, because it's just, when I do that, it helps me to support it rather than just hold it like this. Yeah, see? So I've been getting a few messages, and I do try to reply, especially to the ones that, I don't want to say it's a no-brainer, but I've said it on the video, and I've shown it and explained it, and I'm sorry if you missed it when I did that, but I can't go to all the questions like that. But if you can't find like part 1, 2, and 3, that's why I'm trying not to do that on this tree, ask me and I will find it for you, and I will leave it in a comment. And often I notice that they are together in playlists. So if you find that you can't find the other part, I'm still learning, guys. It's a thing, and I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for all of us, including myself. So if you're still with me, even though I am still learning, hopefully you're learning too, and we can work together and help each other. Clearly I am not like most. I'm the first to tell you I'm not. And if that is a problem for you, then I apologize. I can suggest a few other channels that you might like. I've actually done that. But for the sake of right this minute, I just want to let you know, if you don't see a second part, ask me. Like sometimes I'm just twisting a tree. I don't know if I still have it. And if you're going to ask me a question that I've already explained, if you don't hear back from me, or like in a reasonable amount of time, it's because it just was explained, and I answer emails trying to make shade on my phone at the beach and messages. I really do, and it's not that I don't want to, but I do try to get back to everybody, because you're the reason I come back. Like, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Oh, there it goes. I wouldn't be doing this right now. Maybe I would have stayed in bed. I don't know. Maybe I would have crafted my morning. I still would have made something, but I would be sitting down, listening to music. Instead, I choose to do this with you. And that's a good thing. And I think this one here, I need to put a leaf there, so I'm going to take that one off. I also think you guys care about me. I know you do. Like, you are so helpful. And my husband says, you don't know these people. Yes, I do. I talk to to you more than I talk to most of my family members that don't live here. It's true. Unfortunate, but I'm just trying to rotate this. I've got my tools right next to me, and that's being a pain in the ass. Ooh, sorry. I was doing so good too. No potty. Oh, that one slid itself on. So remember I said I got this blue bicone that I really loved, this one here. It came on a strand and it came with the little one too. So it's like 4 and 6 millimeters. I really liked them. That's why I bought the strand. It had some ugly beads on it, but I bought it just for those. And it was on clearance. And it was about 7 or 8 years ago that I made this dark blue. I'll see if I still have it. I might. I made a really pretty tree with blues. It's not one that I've done on this channel, even though I did one on this channel. I have some beautiful blue crystals coming from Shein around the 16th. They're 8 millimeters, about this size. I'll open everything with you. I got all different colors. They're real cheap, and I washed them first in hot water because they have a cloudy look. I don't know why, but I bought a bunch and some plastic flowers because I have plans for a lot of different stuff. Also, guys, I am doing another tree in a double hoop, and I'm gonna do it, even though it's gonna be different. I'm using the same exact beads because it's for a member of the wedding party. So the wedding tree in a double hoop, I will be starting. I've already cut all the wire. I'll show it to you. There's a lot of wire. So I have sections of 12. I've got 4, 2 for the front hoop and 2. So I've got 48. There's a lot of wire for that tree. But I was going to share little bits and pieces with you as I make it. If you'd like me to just do the whole thing, twisting it and everything, let me know before I actually start it, because I'm willing to do that if you would be interested. And it will be hard to do it in this, but I will give it my best shot if that's something you would like to see. I know a lot of new people, you just want to see how to make a basic tree. And I can still do, you know, those. This wedding tree doesn't have to be ready for until September. But once I get started, guys, I can't put it down. But I'll leave room in my, hopefully, if there are enough hours in the day, and make a 4 or 5 inch project. Yeah, and share that, because that's really important to me. That's why I started this channel. But if you'd like to see me do the double hoop, share as I go, or share the whole thing, let me know, and I'll do my best. If you're interested in watching me do that, I don't know how much talking I do. I don't know. I talk too much as it is. But when I do that, usually I have the music blaring because I'm alone. Alright, just shut the door, you know. People are here, but I tell them just go away, don't bother me. I'm busy making beautiful stuff happen. Okay, time to get busy. No more talking. Slowing me down. Okay. Just adding leaves in between. I'm going to follow pretty much like I've been doing. I don't want it to have too many leaves on one side, so even though I'm not like following like a real pattern, except the in-between sections, I think that belongs there. And I will twist with the longest wire and support my work. I could have made that a little bit longer. Problem solved. Okay, we put it over there. I needed to fill that space. See how you make magic happen? I just flipped that little leaf over. I'll show you what I did. I had it facing this way, but I need the leaf to be up here. So I took this one and I just folded it over, and now I'm gonna put a leaf right here. See, I do think, you know, sometimes I don't seem like I am. As I go, I chit-chat and everything, but I try to keep paying attention to what I'm doing. Make this a little bit longer, which means I'm going to bring this over, but I'm going to leave extra space. You can always twist it and then bend, make it squiggly, but I would like it to fill in over here somewhere. Probably could have made it longer. Do I? Let me see. Yeah, it'll work. It has to. Now I have one really long wire because I made two leaves on the same, next to each other. I don't know if I should have done that. I think I want this one to go that way. So I'm just going to bend it up a little bit. There we go. See? Look, magic. A little hocus pocus. And now it fit right there. Ta-da! Yes, I did. Ta-da. And I did hocus pocus. Okay, it's all good. It's not really magic. Yeah, it is. For me. You see, I picked that up just because I like it a lot. I like the red. And this is a coral, a red coral. It's pretty. Well, it fit nice. Let's see. Of course, we'll make that work. And I'm going to use my longest wire. Slide, just push them all down and hold them tight. Push that all the way down, like that. And put your twists in. And I think I'm going to add another leaf. I just noticed I haven't been doing them, but I did them over here every now and then, so yeah, I'll make that work. I hope. I feel like I'm wasting too much time trying to find these little bicones because I want them to be even on both sides. I've used a lot here. So I'm going to grab my container right here and I'm going to throw some on the tray. I'm just not going to mix them in that. Yeah, see what I mean? How pretty. That's perfect. Right, give it a pull and a tug. Like that. Don't lift up that finger. Just keep holding it. There, under the leaf. And once you pass it like that, you can let go of that. I still hold it. bring it over and cut that off. Okay, I'm just going to twist those under. See, I know I was out of focus. I'm sorry. But that's what I did. You know what I did? I just wasn't looking over my shoulder. Okay, so now I'm going to move these branches a bit because there are 4 sections and I want this to be longer than this. I want my branches to go like that. So let's do this. Slide them all up. That's up enough. And let's do this last one on this section. Yes, I'm fighting for that blue crackly bead. I don't know where that came from. This is why I like bicones, guys. Goodbye. Just trying to load this up. I'm going to keep all of them. Hope it doesn't look too bad with all of them. I think it'll be fine. I put 2 little bicones because I have a big crystal. Yeah, they match about the same in size. Now I'm going to put a leaf to fill in that little space. Oh, that's what I was going to do. And I tell you, I got 2 packages. They were in the playlist of these bicones. Oopsie. And it made 4 of these cups full. There we go. Now I don't have to look for them. I don't like looking for them. getting dull with my colors here. I'm looking for like, oh, I'll use that red one. You'll see the difference? See, look at, I had to do that. I didn't want to, but, oops, sorry. I've picked out all the bright ones. See, now I can carry on with pretty colors. That's what I mean. I have just this big bunch of mixed, and I pick through them. Sometimes with the wire, and that's not going to fit. I should have known that green one was too big. It's alright. I'll put a bead. Abby just jumped off the bed and went over to get a snack. So if you hear anything, that's her jumping away. My girl. I am looking at the time, guys, but I've only got a few more wires left. I will not stop until I finish the beading. I was going to stop, and I'm not. The only thing I'm not going to do is wrap. I will do that separate, and I will post it right after this, and I'll see if I can get them together in a playlist. And I will write, ooh, did I break that? I did not. I'll write down the part, I promise. I'm working on trying to be more I'm trying to keep myself organized. Very hot in here. I am putting a leaf, and I did intentionally leave it a little bit longer because this is a big space. And so I can just bend that right like that with my finger. See? And fill that in nicely. If you don't have the bicones, you could have used a crystal or even a bead like this, like I did over here to show you. It doesn't have to be bicones. You do whatever you want with whatever you have. But what you do need to do, if you put a bead there, it's going to look not good. So put a few twists so that your bead does not touch your little leaf. I'm going to grab these on this side. My hands are all sweaty now. Was that good? Did you eat your breakfast? Hey, good girl? My poor girl was so unhappy for the past 2 days, crying and not sleeping and keeping us awake because she was afraid of the fireworks. Oh my gosh. Both of them. But she has really bad anxiety with it as opposed to Finn. He's a superhero. He's fearless usually. So I'm hoping that these branches start getting longer. You'll see the bead, because I want it to come down and be fuller down here. You can see it already has. This started off over here short and it increased and got longer. And that's the sweep that I'm looking for. So it's a different shape. I do like it. I just don't know how many other people would like it. It is one of my favorites. And it's not hard. Same thing as you always do. You can do it even with 12 wires instead of 16. I did 16 because I felt like doing something different. And I've not used them in a while. And it's a different shape and a different color hoop with a different color wire. Yeah, a bunch of new people. So yeah, today, oops, these are sticking to me, guys. That girl is hot stuff. This is where the length of my wire came to good use because I need it. It's like I don't want to run short. I really don't. And if I'm not careful, I may. So, it means I have to pay attention. Big beads use more wire. I'm going to put the big bead on the long wire. Will they fit together? Yes, I take that one off. That's why I put the longest wire towards me, because I have a few big beads and this short wire has to meet, which I have more than enough and I did not realize it. Not paying attention, guys. I'm paying attention more to the time than my work. That's not good. And also I'm listening to Finn outside my door. Being the best boy, not meowing. Just try and poke those two eyes down. Come on. There you go. I need pretty colors. Do you see the difference? This is why I added, you see how bright these ones are? Because I've picked out all the bright ones from this side. I mean, there's still good beads there, but you can see the difference in the color. I hope this has more. That's why I have to have tons of beads and crystals in front of me, guys. I'm just looking because I know I have to put a leaf and I don't want to put too many. So I saw something shiny and said, oh, that's a bead I like. Like the flat round one. That was actually gifted to me and by my favorite artist. And I can't find them anywhere. She gave me a bunch of, like, they were greens and blues. I didn't realize that, well, I realized how much I like them, but I don't know where she got them, but she's amazing. I've had these for a few years now. Oh yeah, see? I like it so much I put two together and it doesn't look good. I'll just put them there. I'll use them after I put my leaf. Now it gets hard to grasp. Put your hands anywhere they'll fit, because you have to support your work. Yes, I'm coming back for pretty colors. Okay, I'll do it. In two different colors. I can't wait till I get the crystals that I ordered on Shein. They're bigger than this though. They're 8mm. These are 6. Put my leaf. Feels like all of a sudden I shut up. I only have a few eyes left and I'm looking at the time. That's alright. I'm gonna finish this because I am liking the shape of this tree. I haven't worked, I don't know, a couple of days now. I can't wait to get the crystals and stuff. I ordered a few things from Shein. They were really cheap. On Amazon they were like a lot. And they're just like little hair toppers, like just bangs. I don't have bangs, just things, you know, and it's synthetic, so it could be total garbage. I don't know. A couple of headbands. I don't know what I'm doing with my hair for the wedding, but I had purchased headbands and combs a while ago, and I thought I would decorate them. I think I had mentioned that once. And I was lucky enough that one of you has encouraged me again. You know, I did think about it, but I also said, no, I don't think I can do it. And I was encouraged that, yes, you can do it. So, I don't know. But I did, thank you. I've done a lot of thinking about it, and I think maybe I can do it. So, I don't know how I'm going to do it with my hair for the wedding. It's long, and I've been cutting little bits and pieces, and I really don't want to do that because then I'm going to screw it up real bad and then have to go to the salon. And I just don't like going. I don't like sitting there, and I don't like people touching my hair, like fussing with me. I don't know. Some people love that, and the massage and the head. No, I don't. It's like you wash my hair, and I just feel like horrible. I don't like it. I'd rather just do it myself. Oh, that's crazy. All right. Let's see, I need a leaf. I hope you can't hear my stomach, guys. It's been not good. I don't know why. It's just been hurting. So, I'm a little bit concerned. I do follow up on the 11th with my primary, and I do have another appointment post-op with my surgeon, and yeah. So I'm having some issues. Not serious, but last time they were bad, and it started off not good. So hopefully, I don't have time for that crap. I really don't. It's like no. I'm all set now. All right, I'm scared to death. But I have new stuff coming, big plans, no time for this crap with my stomach being non-compliant. It's just not even acceptable, guys. Too much right there. I think it is, even though I wanted to use that. I think I'll just use a crystal. Big one. Kind of big. A 6mm round one. I'll make that work. Almost done. After this branch, we've got the last. And I have to remember to put my leaves, so I have to pay attention. Yeah, that fits nice. So I'm going to finish this one, do the last branch, and then I'll come back in and do all my little twisting and squiggly lines and add character, and we'll see what this tree is going to look like. I will not do the lace on this video, but I will do it, I promise. I'll come back and I will do it. I'm just not going to record it. You do know to lace. Well, if you don't know to lace, sorry, I shouldn't have said it that way. There is a video, and it's in my playlist, and I went into great detail on explaining lacing. The reason is so that they don't move. So for all you new people, this is important to me because I worked hard on this, and you've invested your time over 2 hours now. It'll be 2 hours and like 20 minutes, I think. And if you do decide to try and make a tree like this, or any tree, you need to lace. I suggest that to everybody. It's not that you need to. I think that you really should. And I use 24 gauge wire for that. You can use this as well, but it will make it so that your branches never separate, and you will preserve the tree and shape it the way that you want, adjust your branches, and it will never move. This tree life is taking me a while, and I want it to stay this way for whoever receives it, or just because I worked hard. I don't want it to change in appearance. I was going to try to make that work by pulling tightly, and it is saying no, Try again. I should have added another little crystal in there instead of trying to pull it to the hoop. So I'll make note of that. I get excited when I get to the end, and I tend to sometimes slip up. So I'm not going to slip up, especially on that last branch, because I have to make my little leaf, and I don't want to make a mess. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take that off. Let's see if that'll work. That'll work. I'll make it work. There. Bring it to your hoop. Pass it up. Same as we've done for all these wires. In this time we have this 32 wires here, right? So we've done a lot of work, even though it took a long time. Good things take time, guys. And I think this is very pretty. It's worth the time that I put in to make it now. Okay, I want to hold it up, but I can't. I have to do this the right way. I am excited about the end of this tree because I think it came out wow. Just wow. Not only am I excited because it is a different color wire and a different color hoop, I also changed up the style of my tree, and from the center, and you see what I'm doing. So there, I did not forget that little leaf like I have over there. For me, that's important because I forget it often. If you've been around, you know I do. Then I've tried to add one, and that, no, it did not work. Even though I tried and pretended, oh, maybe I can do this. No, can't do it. Doesn't happen that way. If you make a mistake, you have to just leave it like that. You cannot add one little leaf, or at least I cannot. I'm going to leave all of them. I need color right there. Is that going to look silly? Let me think for a second. I'm going to leave them all. Something's telling me to take off these last two. I'm going to take off those last two. I'm going to put them back on afterwards, though. I'm going to put a leaf, though. This is the last branch. I don't want to hurry it. I have to enjoy the moment. Abby's near my feet and her tail keeps hitting my leg, and it feels like, at first I didn't know it was her. It felt like I don't know, a spider or something. In case I don't know how many I need. if I do need more, which I do, I want them to be pretty colors. Not all the dark ones. Like I've already picked out so many of these beautiful colors. I need some more right here. Like this one. I have two different color crystals coming, and this is a 6mm. The ones I have coming are the same as these two. Those are 8. And there's a green one and a purple one. Not that I bought for the donation thing that I made for the silent auction. And if you don't know what that is, I did make a video. I think I even put it in a playlist. There were several, and they are very different trees. Some with seed beads. It just is a pretty display of the different things that I like to make. I'm going to leave that like that. I was going to put a leaf there, but I decided to put it at the top. Right here. It's facing the opposite direction that I'm used to really doing at the top. It's okay, a little thumbsy. Yeah, I got it. Bring it to the top of my hoop. This is the last one. Bring it up, cross that down, and stop feeling the excitement. Not to toot my own horn, but I really enjoyed myself making this tree. And I think it came out pretty. It was a nice change in color and wire, and I'm going to be doing this for a bit because I did buy enough to change it up. And a few different seed beads as well. Actually, I bought one pack just to see if I liked them, and I showed them to you before, and I loved them, so I bought a few more. Okay, so we're not done, but look how pretty. Am I not, like, telling you the truth? It is really pretty. I like it. So now what we're going to do is come back, and I'm going to support this however I have to right now. Just push it right into my rib cage. I'm going to come back and twist up some of these little ones too. The little ones I twist in between. I'm pushing it into me because it helps me to hold it here and give it good support. So no, I'm not hurting myself. Twist and pull down. That's how I like to do that. These big ones, I like to twist and pull them down. That tightens up everything. And if you know me, most of you do, except for my new people, hello. I love to do this part, twist and pull down. Watch these and you'll see why. Now, I'm going to work on making these last branches as beautiful as these. I'll show you what I mean. See how nice these stay together? They're nice and tight. They look good. And these ones are spacey and kind of floppy. Watch what happens when I twist them. So I like to put my hoop flat on my hand and use my thumb and these fingers and this behind everything I have on this hand to support this hoop. So I'm going to start up here. Even though it doesn't look like I'm supporting that, I am. And pull it down. Now watch what happens here. Let's see if I can do it in a way that you can see that these rows. I'll try it like this. Watch. See how it just moved itself. Now watch this one here. I am just twisting this. You're going to watch this row right here. I'm going to come into this wire right here, the straight one. I'm going to twist and pull it down. You see how it moved over? Now I'm going to go down to the next one, twist and pull it down. See how it's changed the shape? I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to twist and pull it down. Now that has given this area really nice definition and depth. Okay, And now I'm going to go to this last section, excuse me, and I'm going to support my work and throw in a few little ones up here because I need this to tighten up a lot. And down here, twist and pull down. I'm going to get to the big ones and that'll be the big change. Alright, now so you can watch these two. I'm going to twist this straight branch right here. I'll twist that. You watch here and here. Come watch here too. Twist and pull down. Now they will fit better. The same over here. Twist. Oh, I gotta hold that better. Twist this and pull down. The same here. Get in there nice. Twist and pull down a little bit. Your leaves might flip up and around. You can fix that. That's not hard. Important thing right now is to get the shape of your tree the way you'd like it. Now we still have this long one here, and we're gonna just get right in there. I'm gonna twist it and pull it down. And now the moment of truth. Oh my gosh, guys. I really like this. So my next thing that I'm going to do with this is I will wrap it, and I don't know what I'm going to put for an embellishment yet, but definitely I will embellish this beautiful tree. It has that spray, that longness on this side. Now, I had said we could close these up. I think I like the gracefulness of it like that. I might mess around with it. I don't know where I put them. My silicone pliers, they work right here. Oh, I put them here because I said I'm not going to use them anymore. I don't know if I want to mess with this, but maybe. Just a little bit right here. I think I'm going to tighten that up. Maybe it's soft enough I can do it with my fingers. There, I think that. Just close it up a little with my fingers. And just give it a little, not too much. I don't want to mess it up. I want to tighten it up a little bit right there. I'm not squeezing. It is automatically just tightening up, just rolling. See, just with like, just barely hanging on to this, just roll it. And whatever I can do with my fingers, I will. Now, I think, yeah. Now I'm just going to do one more thing right here and here. And there you have it, guys. I will move these around just a tiny bit when I lace. What time is it? 2 hours and 17 minutes. Should I do it now? Should I lace it now? I can. I'm going to lace it now, guys. I think. Let me see if I have my wire right here. I should. The lace doesn't take too long. Thought I left the 24 gauge wire out. Okay, I have one right here. If you know how to lace and you don't want to watch me lace and ouch, hurt myself, then you can just end right here. I can't find the one that's opened, so I will open this one. I'm open everything and I don't see it. Oh, I think I see it. I knew I had it right here. Okay, this is 24 gauge wire, and for me, this is the most important part of my project because I can adjust my branches and they will never separate and bend and snap, and it will always look as pretty in the future as it does now. It won't change. I've had trees that changed, separated and looked like garbage. So the way I do it, I don't measure. I take my 24 gauge wire and I hold it down here at the root. Because we have big spaces in between, it's going to take a little bit more wire because I'm going to have to wrap maybe once or twice in between each branch on my hoop to secure my tree. So I will just hold on to this. You can see it will go around, very loose around my tree. That is too much. I'll cut it right about there. I want to do this without rushing because I get excited, and I have been rushing, and I did a very informative tutorial on wrapping. I showed everything slowly, 2 different ways, so that you can follow along, and if you have a difficult time with one, you can try the other. So what I do, guys, I take this piece of wire. The idea is to secure them and to position them. So this is what I do. Bring this wire up. Basically, it's anything you can do to secure it to the hoop and to your branch. Bring it up from the back, cross it. It's what we've done all along. Bring it around my hoop like that. I've wrapped it over my hoop. Bring it up again and cross it over the neck of this wire just like you ended it. Pass it down like that. I'm going to bring this wire now behind like you did on every branch. Pass it up. You can cut it right there. I'm just going to wrap it around again. It's long enough. Why not? I'll do it again too. It doesn't matter. It's going to be secure. You take your tweezers or your pliers or whatever you want, whatever you've been using, and secure it right there. Now, this is not going to move. It's secure. So what I want to do now is bring it back. You can go front or back. I'm going to go through the front of the hoop this time and pull it through. Now, lacing. This is what lacing is. The idea is to move my branches the way I would like them. And we're going to take this wire and bring it right across the top of this first branch. Take this wire, bring it across the neck. That is where I just attached it to. It's beneath the hoop and above all these beads. Cross it over that and take your wire and pass it down. It's a little tricky, it's long, but you can do it. Doesn't take long, that's why I decided to do it now. Cross it over that. Now you have to hold this, bring it behind it, bring it up, and go around your hoop and bring it up, because if you do a small, like a bracelet or 4-inch, sometimes when you have them in rows, you don't have to do it twice. But now it's on the hoop. Bring it around again, so you have one line. See that little line? This little silver line right here, that is to secure. This one will not move. See? This first one won't move. I've secured that. Now take your wire, wrap it over the next branch, hold on to it with that index finger like you've been doing all along. Pass it up. You don't have to find the end, just push that up. Grab onto it. Let's see if I can keep you in focus and pull this wire through. Okay. Now, also check your wires if anything needs to be pushed down. Sometimes you can do it with this wire. You still have to hold on to that one. Take your wire, bring it around your hoop. Now I'm still holding on to everything. This hand is going to be busy holding. This one is going to be busy moving and wrapping. Bring it up after you've wrapped it around. Now it's this one's turn. Slide it down to where you like it. I like it right there. Now I'm still holding on to everything, notice? And I'm just going to look at it and see, okay, I like it that way. Don't like it like this. It looks horrible. Take your wire, wrap it around that branch, and then push it. Move that one out of your way. Push it up. I'm still holding on with everything right here, supporting these branches because they're secure and I don't want them to move yet. Bring it up. Now look, they don't move. They're not going to budge. That is what wrapping does. Unlike these, they don't look good. And if it does this when it's hanging in your window, this is not what you want your project to happen to. You don't want that. It looks awful. And I can promise you, once you put a jumper in, or a cord, or a chain, that will happen, and it'll break down here. Or it'll just look ugly before it breaks. Now, you've wrapped it around your hoop. Bring it back up. You can move that out of the way gently so it doesn't break. You won't break it. Push this down. Now hold on to it with your finger again. You've just added that. See, if you let go, it's going to go. Bring it where you want it and hold on to it. You notice my thumb? It's still right there. and then you'll scoot your fingers over after you secure each one. Wrap it over your branch, bring it up like that. Now give it a little tug, wrap it over your hoop. Now look, see, it's not going to move, but I'm pulling right here, so I can't let it go yet. Bring it up like this and adjust your next branch and scoot your fingers over. You still have to support the previous. I'm still holding on to everything I can with my hand here. Bring it up, cross it over your next branch right there. It's secure. Bring it up. Don't let go of it though. Wrap it around your hoop. Bring the wire back up like that. Slide your next branch. Hold on to that. Now you see these don't move. Cross it over. Bring it up like that. Pass it over your hoop. Bring it up. Now what I'd like to do is just take a look. These won't slide like these, but you can still move them a tiny bit if you need to. I kind of like it the way it is. Could space them more. I could have, definitely, but they're okay the way they are. I like it. Now go over the top of that branch, pass it up, cross it over your hoop, bring it back up like that. Now these ones, I'm going to pull these ones down a little bit because I can. And these ones, if I move a little bit, you can move them, just not a lot. See, now I moved those two together and I didn't want that because they're all secure. I just want to separate them a tiny bit. This is the time to do it because they're secure. They're not going to break. You're not putting any tension down here. So now come back up here, take a look at your tree, wrap it around. You've already wrapped it around your hoop. Bring it up, go across your branch, bring it back up again, cross it over the hoop, bring it up, adjust your branch, cross it over, bring it up, like that. There. Scooch that one over, hold on to it, cross the wire over, bring it up, like that. You could go over your branch, but I don't like how it looks right there. I'd rather have that nice, neat little wire right there. See how nice, and that looks neat, and they all look like that, but if you do that, I don't like it. Even if you bring it closer, I don't like it. So move your branch over, bring that wire up, wherever you can push it through to grab onto it. Just be careful of your leaves. Bring that wire over the whole branch, cross it over your branch, and bring your wire back up again. Cross it over your hoop, bring it up, bring your branch over, cross it over that branch, bring it up, wrap it across your hoop. Still supporting the work. All this, my fingers are on it. Bring it up, slide your branch over, cross over it, bring this up. I'm trying to go slow because I know I get excited and then I just, plus it's taken a long time. Bring it back up. So if I'm out of focus, I apologize. New setup, new everything, new tray. So you can watch it. It's in a playlist and it's slow and it's very, very much detailed. And I know you will be able to follow it. There's two different ways to do it, and I repeated, took it apart, repeated. So, oh, I almost wrapped it over. Bring it back up. That wouldn't have looked good. Now it's wrapped between those two branches onto the hoop. Pass it over. Slip it up there again. Pass it over the hoop. Bring it back up. Go to this last branch, cross over the branch, bring it up. Now, this is what you have to do. Once you cross over that branch, you don't have to wrap it around your hoop again, unless you want to. I mean, alright, I'll do it. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do is backspace, and you're going to bring the wire across. The same way you've been doing. And that's how we're going to end the lace. Give it a tug. Now it's right across that back branch. Bring it up. Cross it over. And cut that lace wire off. And now just push it down. Push it down. Make sure it goes around so it's not sticking up. I just messed up one little wire. If you can see that, just push them down. There. Now is the time to put it down. You can push down on it and get these during the process. If you notice you've made any little bends that you don't like, go back and fix them. I really don't see anything that I need to change. I'm quite pleased with the final outcome of this tree. I think it's quite pretty. And there we have it. Happy Friday. If you're still here after 2 hours and a half, 2 hours and 31 minutes, you now have a completed project in a 5-inch hoop. It is laced. It is different. I hope you like it, guys. Let me know. I'll see you soon. Bye now.